Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with a taller opponent in sparring or in kumite. Some of the strategies or tactics that we need to use to deal with someone taller than us. And for those of you that are taller, the other half of this video that's going to be dealing with a shorter opponent, or to counter the kind of things we're going to talk about in this video, you can check out the rest of that on our Patreon account. The link is in the description of this video. So the first thing when dealing with someone taller is their reach is most probably going to be longer. So if he throws his front hand out, he's going to have a longer reach than me. And me trying to get into that space is going to be hard because he's going to have a longer, a longer arm, longer strike. So what I need to try and do is close that distance. And what I'm going to be doing is throwing some kicks to get in there, first of all. So I want to be coming forwards, throwing some techniques to get in that distance, and then coming in my own attacks this way. Okay, so I don't want to be moving into him without throwing something first, because he's going to catch me on the way in. So every time I move in, I want to be trying to throw something to close that distance down. Imagine he's got like an imaginary circle right around here. That's his space that I need to try and get into. And I need to figure out how I can get into that space every time. So I want to test him, see what he does, see what kind of reactions he makes. If I see him flinch a little bit with that upper hand, as here, I can maybe come in with a head punch first and come over this way, try to get him sort of reacting or something. But for me, most of the time, it'll be a kick to lead with, and it'll be a longer kick, like maybe a back kick or a front kick, where I can get some distance. I can cover my head up a little bit and throw those kicks from here so I can try and close that distance down. So the second thing I want to think about is trying to get in to his space again. But obviously, if I move straight in, he's catching me with those front hands. So what I want to try and do now then is, as I'm approaching, I want to be trying to cut off the line, trying to cut the angle, cutting at an angle, sorry. So I don't want to be approaching him straight on, because that's when that counter comes and those long range limbs come in, that kick comes in, bam, there. Okay, so I want to be maybe feinting as I come in. One, breaking off the line this way. Okay, move in, slip round, different angles as I'm coming in to the opponent. Okay, so the original point I made was I want to close that distance. Now I want to make sure I'm closing the distance, but breaking off of his attacking line as well. So he's got his attacks coming straight forwards here and straight on that front leg as well. That front leg side kick. I want to give him something to counter, to react to. One, and then move off for my own attacks this way. Third thing I want to try to do is get in close, body to body, so I can get him into that clinch range and go for a takedown. Okay, I'm at an advantage because if we stand up next to each other, my hips are below his hip line, so I can get underneath him a little bit easier to take him down. What I want to try to do in order to get in, because don't forget, every time I move in, he's going to be using that jab to keep me at distance. So as I come in, he's there, or he's coming that front side kick there, bam, yeah? So I still want to give him that feint. He makes the punch. I want to slip that punch, okay? So as he comes in, I'll give him a feint there. Now on his retreat from that, or maybe he's going to throw a second punch, whatever, it doesn't matter too much now. He throws a second punch in, I'm going to be moving into him this way, okay? So whatever happens, if he throws a single, I'm slipping and moving in close this way to get in close range to the body. If he throws the double, it still works. I feint, he counters, I still move in underneath, okay? And I'm underneath, ready for that takedown. There, okay, getting underneath his hips. So I'm giving him something to counter first. Oh, that's it. I'm expecting a counter, of course, so I'm coming in, slipping underneath, okay? Aware of this leg, of course, because it may come up with a kick, but I'm going to dive myself straight in here. Dive straight into his armpit area. Dive in here, come down for that takedown. Bam, and finish this way. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas on how to deal with a taller opponent. Quick recap, we was closing distance, changing angle, and then getting in close for the takedown. Again, as I said earlier, if you want the other half of this, dealing with a shorter opponent from Nat's perspective, check out the Patreon channel. Link is in the description of this video. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.